Another video. Man, week 2, dude. Week 2 was nuts. Alright. So I went 8-8 this week in my picks with like 3 or 4 teams that I selected blowing leads. Freaking Bengals, Raiders, Browns, Ravens. No, Bengals didn't blow a lead. They were never even in the lead. I don't think. They weren't even in the lead. Raiders, Browns, Ravens. Those were the teams that just absolutely crapped the bed. The Rams almost crapped the bed to the Falcons, which I took a picture of like when the Falcons were down like 28-3, just so I could have made a meme. It was like, yeah, Rams were up 28-3 at that point. And if the Falcons had won, I would have posted something like, dude, how the tables have turned. Or I would have done that. You know that one meme from The Office? Like, I didn't watch The Office, but I saw like the meme. It's like, well, how the turntables have... Like, it's something like that. It would have been absolutely hilarious if the Falcons were the ones coming back down from a 28-3 deficit. That would have been absolutely ironic. That would have been terrific. Oh, man, but no. I went 8-8 my picks this week, so I think that makes me... What does that make me? I was 9-6-1, so that's like 17-14-1. I almost switched my pick to the Eagles, but I just wanted to play it out, see how it would go, because I felt like if I switched to the Eagles, the Vikings would have been the ones to win. That would have been like, are you serious? But no, let's look at every single game. I mean, we talked a little bit about this one. I mean, we talked about a few of these. I don't know what happened with Cincinnati here, dude. I had high hopes. I thought they were going to smash the Cowboys, but I don't get it. First, you lose to Mike White last year, and then you lose to Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush. The Bengals did not get better at the O-line. Like, from the looks of it, they did not get any better. They did not look any better than they did a season ago. And I mean, it's still early in the year, so I mean, it could just be, they're still trying to get themselves together, develop as the season goes along, but it's not looking very promising if you're a Bengals fan or someone that's really high on the Bengals. It's just really not that great. Let's look at the Raiders, dude. I had the Raiders winning this one by a lot. I had both these teams blowing out the Cowboys and the Cardinals, dude. And the Raiders were blowing out the Cardinals, and I was looking right. And then it was, 23-7? And then the Cardinals just come out of nowhere. You get touchdown, 2-point conversion. Then you get another touchdown in the 2-point conversion. And, of course, the person I'm playing in fantasy has Kyler Murray, so he's racking up points like it's going out of style. Like freaking Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb decided, oh, hey, I'm going to get a third touchdown and screw Gavin over in fantasy. I won, thankfully, but the margin of victory was slim. Let's just say that. Let me go to week 2. Week 2. All right. I'm the team that says Watson, Salon, and Spa. I won by 0.19 points. I won by this much. The size of my... anyways. No, I won by so little, and it was because Nick Chubb got 3 touchdowns. Kyler Murray ended up freaking going off. And my guys, Jamar Chase only got me 10. Cooks got me 9. Jonathan Taylor got me 7. And A.J. Dillon got me 7. Playing in a full PPR league. But the only reason that I won was because of Jalen Hurts. And I almost took the Eagles because, I needed Jalen Hurts to go off. And I was like, dude, if Jalen Hurts pulls it out for me in fantasy, I will buy a Jalen Hurts rookie card. And he did. He clutched up in a big way, dude. He threw a pick, and the only reason I won was because he got 2 rushing yards, and that ended up being the difference maker, dude. That was a crazy, crazy game. I was watching that because I had Jalen Hurts, and I was like, oh my god, don't kneel it. Don't send Jalen Hurts out there to kneel it. He did it, thank God. Because I wouldn't be talking about it right now if I had lost. Holy cow. But no, my starters this week were Jalen Hurts, Jamar Chase, Brandon Cooks, Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Dillon, Mark Andrews, Christian Kirk, Evan McPherson, and San Francisco's defense. Christian Kirk, I got him in the 8th round. He's played good. He's played good for the first 2 weeks, dude. Andrews didn't have a bad week last week, but this week he went off, despite the fact that the Ravens ended up blowing a lead in Miami. Which is a shame because I had both these teams winning, and of course these 2 teams end up coming from behind and winning. The way that the Browns did it was just so bad. There's a low percentage rate to go get an onside kick, and you couldn't do that? You've got to be kidding me, dude. You got to be utterly disappointed in the Cleveland Browns, dude. They've got injuries going into next week's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday night. You got Jack Conklin, Chris Hubbard, Myles Garrett, Chase Winovich, dude. Like, if Myles Garrett is gone, I half tempted to give week 3 to the Steelers, but I want to wait till Thursday to see, like, what is really going on with Myles Garrett, what's going on with the Browns. I want to get a final injury report before I make these picks. All right, that's what I want, but miserable performance of the Browns, but congrats to the Jets. I mean, congrats to Miami, too. Next week is going to be good, dude. If Tua plays like he did against the Ravens, like in week 3 against the Bills, that's going to be a heck of a game. Heck of a game. I hope he doesn't. I think Tua will find a way to score points. He'll throw a touchdown or 2, maybe even 3, but he's not repeating what he did against Baltimore. At least I hope not. Buffalo just had one of their corners, Dane Jackson, go to the hospital. He's out now, which I'm thankful for. He's healthy. Like, it was a hard hit. It was a hard hit, which is why I was like, oh my god, dude, I hope it's nothing serious. But now, Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Dane Jackson is out of the hospital now. Micah Hyde, I think, had an injury too, but he was able to walk under his own power. So, I mean, that's nice to see. Like, you see guys walking under their own power. Davis missed last night's game, which, I mean, the fact that we weren't even at full strength, that we smashed Tennessee 41-7, dude. 41-7 is insane. That was crazy. It was a crazy game. But next week should be good. I got high respect for the Dolphins, and I've always, thought Tua would at least be somewhat good. But, like, 6 touchdowns, 469 yards good. I mean, he threw 2 touchdowns, but that doesn't matter. Like, he looked good. He looked the part of an elite NFL quarterback against the Baltimore Ravens. He really did. Now, was it just a 1-week thing, and he's going to tank against Buffalo? I have no idea. I doubt that's the case, but we'll see. We'll see in week 3. I don't think he will. The Chiefs, yeah, they took the win over the Chargers, but the fact that Justin Herbert toughened it out at the end was crazy. That was crazy. He was able to throw a touchdown. Chargers didn't win, but hey, at least the Chargers, you guys got a real one. You got a real one with Justin Herbert. Love Herbert. And of course, Kansas City comes out with a win, which, not shocked about, but I'm not insanely happy. As you can see here, we got Dolphins and then Bills right here for the division. And and then we scroll down here. Top 7 teams, it's Dolphins, Chiefs, Jags, Steelers, Bills, Ravens, Patriots. For now. Then the NFC, it's Bucks, Eagles, Vikings, Niners, Giants, Packers, and Bears. The Giants starting out 2-0. Like, I want to talk about the Giants for a second. I want to finish up in the AFC side of things because I got a few more matchups here. We'll get to that in just a second. Steelers lost to the Pats. I don't know what happened, dude. TJ Watt definitely made a huge impact for the Steelers in week 1, and I don't know, dude, what happened there. I didn't fully watch the game, but Trubisky and the Steelers just did not look right against the Patriots. And then you look at the Colts and the Jags, like, what happened, dude? I know Michael Pittman Jr. and Shaq Leonard were both out, but 24-0. Dude, Frank Reich hardly handed the ball off at all to Taylor. He hardly handed the ball off to him. At all. He was throwing to nobody receivers. Alec Pierce wasn't even there. You didn't have Pittman Jr., you didn't have Alec Pierce. Your best option was Mo Alley Cox, because I don't know any other receivers from the Colts. You threw to a bunch of nobodies. It's like, dude, it's like Frank Reich forgot that Jonathan Taylor was on his team. Like, what the hell was going on in Frank Reich's mind? I'm kind of pissed at Frank Reich, dude. I could have gotten so many more points out of Taylor, and Taylor could have had a much better game. He's a great player, dude. Let him go. Jesus, man. Anyways, the Broncos. How the hell, dude? 16-9. But at one point, the Broncos were down 6-9. But no, like, the Broncos... What the heck, dude? You put up 16 points both weeks, last week against Seattle, and then this week against the Texans, who, I'm not discrediting the Texans. The Texans' defense looked great. It looked like a physical, sneaky good defense. Offensively, they could be a lot better. They got some things to work on there, but defensively, the Texans look good. The Texans look good, and I get it's probably just early in the season. Denver's still trying to figure stuff out, but Denver, like, come on, dude. If the Raiders hadn't lost to the Cardinals, I would have said you guys are the worst team in that division. Right now, it's kind of hard to overlook Las Vegas as the worst team. All right, now we'll jump to the NFC. We talked a little bit here. I think we talked a little bit here. Did you see Mike Evans got into a fight with Lattimore again? And now Lattimore, not Lattimore. Evans is suspended a game. I didn't hear what was going on with Marshawn Lattimore. I don't think he's suspended. I didn't hear anything about it. But no, Mike Evans is suspended for a game. And I forgot who they're playing next week. They're playing Tampa, Green Bay. Okay, so they probably don't need Mike Evans there. Okay, so they probably don't need Mike Evans against the Packers. First thing for me, I don't think the Packers are all that in a bag of chips. Offensively, they're still trying to figure stuff out. Defensively, they're fine. Like, Tampa Bay but the Green Bay just didn't look, insanely great offensively. I mean, they put up 27 points. Aaron Jones looked good. And, I mean, the Packers' offense looked good against Chicago. But last week, they didn't look great. And, I mean, I think they're still trying to figure stuff out with the receiving game. As far as Tampa goes, defensively, they're a unit. They're going to slow down the Packers. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a low-scoring game between Green Bay and Tampa. And now we'll actually get to New York and Carolina. Dude, Dable starting out the season 2-0. I mean, granted, he's had to win off of, Titans missing a field goal and the Giants kicking a field goal to take the lead and win, ultimately. But overall, the Giants, they're not looking half bad. Defensively, they're not bad. Offensively, much like the Texans, they could be better, but could certainly be a lot worse. Next up, we get the Lions and the Commanders. I'm not insanely shocked that the Lions won. I almost took Detroit. I almost took Detroit, and I probably should have. I should have taken the Lions and the freaking Eagles at the very least to make my record 10-6, but I didn't. Because I am stupid. Whatever, it's fine. Lions got the win there. Good job. Way to go for Dan Campbell, dude. I mean, honestly, this whole week was just full of toss-ups. And, I mean, matchups that I thought were not toss-ups, like this one and this one, I mean, it just went to the other team. All right. Next up, we got the Falcons and the Rams. We talked about this one a little bit. The Falcons nearly came back and snapped a 28-3 curse. But no, the Rams held on. I don't know what that throw was by Marcus Mariota, trying to go to Bryan Edwards when Jalen Ramsey's on him. You don't have, a number 1, top 5 wide receiver going up against Jalen Ramsey, dude. You don't do that. You just don't do that. And for the Niners, Trey Lance, dude. He suffered a season-ending ankle injury. Surgery went all right. But it looks like Jimmy G is going to be the starter, which I think that's what San Francisco wanted the whole time, which, good for them. Defensively, they looked good, much like last week, and the only points that Seattle got were on a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. That was it. Outside of that, the offense wasn't able to do anything. They choked in the red zone, and defensively, without Jamal Adams, you could tell that it absolutely hurt them. And we talked about this. Aaron Jones had a very nice game. A.J. Dillon, not so much. But overall, the Packers looked fine against the Bears. They looked good against Chicago, who they look good against San Fran. But granted, this is only week 2. There's still plenty of time for both these teams to improve or get worse. And the last 2 matches we want to talk about. We got the Vikings and the Eagles, and we'll end with this one afterwards. Jalen Hurts had a good game, and again, I needed him to perform. Defensively, the Eagles just looked terrific. They neutralized Jefferson. Darius Slay got 2 interceptions while guarding Justin Jefferson, dude. That's insane. I had high hopes for Jefferson, but, I still do. I have high hopes that he's going to be one of, if not the best receiver by the end of the year. But against the Eagles, it just did not look promising for Justin Jefferson. Hopefully he gets it back against Detroit, which I'm pretty sure he will. I have him in one of my fantasy leagues, so I got high hopes. I got trust in Justin Jefferson. Let's go, Jay Jettis. Next up, we got the Titans and the Buffalo Bills, the Minnesota Vikings counterpart. Dude, I watched that game, like, from start to finish. I'm not shocked that we won at all. I'm just shocked at the fact that we won by 34 points. I mean, I wouldn't have been shocked if we had won by 2 scores, but the fact that we smashed them that bad was insane. That's definitely going to hype up Buffalo and Miami next week. It's got to be such a good game next week. Tennessee, I'm sorry. That's revenge for the last 2 times you guys beat us. So, suck it. But no, overall, the Bills look good defensively. Even without Trey White, they still looked every part of, like, you know, the number 1 defense in the league. Beating the Super Bowl champs and the 1 seed from a season ago in the AFC. I mean, granted, it wasn't really a good 1 seed, but still, they beat the 1 seed from a season ago. And that, in and of itself, is impressive. It's crazy, like, how much we won by, but I'm also just looking at the standings over here, and the Jaguars are the only team in the AFC South to get a win in the first 2 weeks. Like, what the heck? And then you go over here to the AFC North, nobody's 2-0. Everybody lost this week. Everybody lost. But a wild week 2 with a wide variety of solid matchups next week. Not starting on Thursday night, because that's just going to be a crap game. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. I mean, I'm going to be at work, but, like, I get off at, like, 7. When do I get off? 7? So I'll be able to catch, like, the second half of that game, but I don't think it's going to be a game that I'm going to want to watch, if I'm being totally honest with you. Like, it's just not going to be a good game, in my opinion. I think some games we want to watch for this next week. Bills, Dolphins, 100%. I think Lions-Vikings could be a sneaky good game. Lions are a sneaky good team, and the Vikings are going to be looking to bounce back. All right. Other matchups. Packers-Bucks is another matchup I want to watch. 49ers-Broncos, I want to see whose defense comes out and is more electrifying and shuts down the opposition better. Cowboys-Giants. I mean, I want to see Cooper Rush continue to do, you know, some sort of good. And I want to see Brian Daboll and the Giants do good next week against Dallas, which I'm pretty sure he will. But yeah, that's my recap of Week 2. Probably Thursday I will have my picks out because I want to get the latest, you know, injury reports for the Steelers-Browns game. See who's not playing on the Browns side. And I think the only injury for the Steelers outside of TJ Watt on the ESPN injury report, it's just showing Devin Bush. It's not showing, like, you know, like TJ Watt, which I know, like, TJ Watt's going to be missing, like, 6 weeks. And I'm sure there are other injuries, too, but right now, Devin Bush and TJ Watt are the biggest names there. If Myles Garrett plays, I might give this one to the Browns, but we'll see. We'll see what happens within the next 2 days. But yeah, with that being said, you guys, what do you think of Week 2? Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts on Week 2 were. With that being said, if you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe if you guys are new, and be sure to click that notification bell to get all the latest news on all my latest content. And with that being said, I will see you guys in Week 3. Peace.